Yeah, I'm on a whole new level. I'm on a
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Prashid? How are you today, mate?
Going good, brother.
Your fingers looking a bit better there, eh?
Yeah, the hand's healing up a little bit. I've got some flexibility. I can actually, bend my hand, but I still can't make a fist. I still can't pick things up.
Yeah, you got the 3 finger, eh? Yeah, 3 finger, 2 finger. Yeah. Sweet,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to dive deeper into the fingers, but 2 fingers, 3 fingers, but
Oh, good.
I'm probably a few weeks away from being better, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
Tell me about the week that you just had. Anything special on the menu?
Yeah, bro. So I was telling you last week before we, split up. I went to Napa, had a good little trip up there. Had a bit of a. Yeah, do you remember that ad? Togs, undies.
Oh yes, bro. Yeah,
bro. So I was so we were at this resort, right? And then when you're at the resort, you got to do resort things. You got to make use of the amenities. You know, if they provide the robe and the slippers, you've got to robe and slipper up. You know what
all
I'm saying?
day.
And
all day.
So I'm robed up, I'm slippered up. Mind you, the slippers are like size 5, and I'm rolling around. I'm equipped with like these size 11, size 12s, so I'm walking around with half of my heel sticking out. But basically, I had left some utensils in the car, and I had to go into the car. But this resort was so confusing, bro. I went out and I guess I used like a fire exit door, and so I had no I mean, you know how bad I am with my internal GPS. It's
you struggle to get home on some days. So yeah.
I struggle to get home, and so I had no idea the north, south, east, west, and I get out of this fire exit, bro, and mind you, I'm in my underwear and a robe and my slippers where my heels are hanging out, and I end up like on the front side of the property where it's the main road, the main street, where there's cars going by, there's there's regular people, there's the other like hotel complex across the road, and the door closes behind me. I'm like, oh shit! I try and open the door, but it's a one-way.
No.
It's a one-way, bro. I had to jog around like a kilometer,
yes, boy.
maybe more than a kilometer, in my freaking little sandals, run around in my bathrobe flying in the wind to get around to the other side, bro. Oh my god, that I was literally in my brain like, okay. Undies, and then when you get back onto the property, togs, I'm in togs. You know what I mean?
I hope somebody recorded that and is showing that to their family at their next family function. Look what I found. This guy running on the side of the road. I reckon that's happening.
Good. And then
nice.
What else did I get up to? I celebrated my 5th anniversary this weekend. And
congratulations, guys. That's awesome.
Went to a little Italian village. Bro, I tried the Terramana tequila, the Rocks tequila.
Hey,
the people's tequila.
How was it? Yeah.
It was good, bro. I might have a new favorite drink. We made some cocktails, ghetto style. Went in the park, had a little picnic and stuff. It was good. And then capped the night off with some UFC last night. And it was an exciting event. Did you watch any of the fights or?
I didn't catch any, man, to be honest with you. I left that one.
Bro, I'm not sure if you can catch it through the Zoom call here, but I've actually got a bit of a shiner on my right eye.
You done?
I'll zoom in on the post edit, but we're like, I think we got a bit excited after watching the UFC, and we were practicing some of our submission holds, and I caught a bit of an elbow, bro, at home.
I reckon. So every time I'm going to speak to you when it's a remote podcast, something's going to have to go wrong.
Breaking down.
You're always in the walls, mate.
I'm breaking down. Anyway, how about you? What'd you get up to?
Yeah, so we had a pretty exciting one as well. As I mentioned in the last potty, we're going to Panda Island, which we did last weekend, and frick, man, it was unbelievable.
True.
Just so sick. We stayed in like this nice little cabin in the woods, and man, the contrast to staying right in downtown in Vancouver. Oh my god, so nice. There was like a beach, like 5-minute walk. There was a lake. There was a hike. You had everything, man. And we definitely sank a few nudes, which to everybody back home, a nudes is like a vodka type pre-mixed drink here. So we definitely indulged in a few of those. It's outstanding.
What would you say the equivalent is? Is it a vodka cruiser or a Smirnoff Ice? What is it? In terms of popularity?
Yeah. I mean, I guess they do have Smirnoffs here, but I would say probably Smirnoff is the most similar, and we definitely had a few back in the day, didn't we? 101.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, bro. So like that was sick, and I do have a little story coming out of that weekend, which I think you'll fancy a wee bit. So we're on a beach out here in Panda Island, in the middle of nowhere, and there's this cliff face which is pretty steep, and it gives you like a view of the beach like from the top of like a bit of a hill, I suppose you could say. Maybe it's like maybe like a 35-40 meter hill.
Yeah, yep.
And it's very steep, and there's rocks sort of protruding out of it. So my girlfriend goes, "Do you want to give a go at climbing that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Why not?
Uh-oh.
Why not? We're on a little holiday. We're on a holiday. Why not give it a shot?" And so we get about halfway up. So it's only really 20-25 meters that we get to, but all of a sudden the rocks more near the top.
Wait. 25 meters.
Yeah.
You're without a harness or anything.
Nothing.
What's the incline? Is it like manageable?
Let's say 20 meters, bro. No, it was almost like almost straight up, bro. It was like that. Let's say 20 meters. And so, but as we got more to the top of this climbing thingy-mabobby, this hill, the rocks start falling out on us. Now the rocks aren't stable enough for us to get to the top.
So
now we're stuck on the middle of a cliff face on a beach in Canada. Our friends that we're with start to walk over because we've been up there for 10 minutes in the same spot. They're like, "Are you guys?
Are you legit stuck?"
And we're stuck, bro, because we can't go down because it's too steep. And as we put our foot down, like it just crumbles.
Everything crumbles.
It was very crumbly cliff face. So now we're like, what do we do? And one of the locals from the mountain on the other side of the beach comes cycling over, and he's like, "Hey, like, you guys all right?" And we're like, "Nah, we're stuck. Like, we need a hand here."
Holy shit.
And he's like, "Okay, let me see what I can do." And he finds this other couple who have like a rope. So they go to the top, tie the rope to like a tree trunk, throw the rope down.
God damn.
So my girlfriend went first, and kind of like we scraped our bodies, but she managed to use the rope and went down and sort of just scaled down.
Scaled down.
Yeah, we literally holding on for dear life onto the rope. And then I went second, and managed to eventually get down. I looked extremely Gumby going down, but everyone was telling me face the rock, and I was like, no, I'm doing it how I want to do it. I could die here.
Oh man,
and
bro,
so
this is like
I
some
literally
Bear
I got a
Grylls.
few, some Bear Grylls. What's that other movie when he scales? I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I managed to get down. My girlfriend and I managed to get down. We were pretty scarred after that. He gave us a beer, the guy from the house. So
the medicine.
Yeah, it was an absolute near-death experience for us, Prashi, and happy to be back in Floor 20 studios.
Won't be doing that again, will you?
No.
Yeah, bro. Well, should we dive straight into the agenda for today? Shall we?
Yeah, man. Let's get cracking. I wanted to start with the big contract that was signed over the past week. What do you reckon?
Sweet as. Let's dive into that. I haven't actually seen the latest details, but I did see that it was $500 million on the books for Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep, everything included. It's probably going to look around like $503 million over 10 years for the Kansas City Chiefs, and bro, that's like unheard of in American football. That's like a baseball contract.
10 years,
and so
12 years, something.
Yeah, 10 years, and so like. You wouldn't expect a team to dish it out to a NFL footballer because risk of injury. Teams go up and down, things of that nature in the NFL. So it's an incredible deal. Like, what did you make of it?
Well, you know how everyone says like NBA contracts are solid and NFL contracts they may as well be written on toilet tissue because they're so like you could. Yeah. For people that don't know, NFL contracts, if you sign for $50 million or $100 million, you might only have like 10 of that guaranteed or 1 or 2 years guaranteed, and then there's all these kickers and injury like little provisions. But in the NBA, what you sign is what you get. I did see that Patrick had like $170 million plus guaranteed, which is good, but this does it does kind of open up the field because a few years ago, you had all of the, I'd say, premier athletes leaning towards the NBA because the contracts were getting so big and it was so guaranteed. And then obviously with the NFL, with the concussions and we had that guy. What's that guy's name again? The Netflix documentary, Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. This might push more kids and more families into continuing to play football. But what are your thoughts? I've got some other thoughts on the sport in general. But what are your thoughts on the contract?
Yeah, man. I mean, like it took me aback, and I would never expect anyone in the NFL to get a 10-year contract. And like to your point, like there was even rumors of American football being extinct in like 50 to 100 years just because of the way it's trending, right?
Yeah.
Concussions, just injuries in general. And so, like, I honestly think a contract like this literally changes the face of the sport. Soon you're going to see wide receivers, running backs earning more, not as big as this, but more deals like that to try and lock up their future. And so this is absolutely massive for the NFL. I did actually have a question for you.
Yeah.
Going off it to bring it back to more of our type of level, and it sort of mirrors a little bit of a conversation we had last week. And my question for you, Prashit, is: would you rather get $500 million over 10 years to have an office job, maybe kind of similar to the one you have now, but just a normal sort of office job, right? But you're going to get $500 million over 10 years, guys. Okay, or I know you're a Miami Heat fan. So would you rather get the Miami Heat 10-year contract but only earn the average office worker salary?
Oh, shit.
So that's my question for you.
So you get to be a 10-year Miami Heat NBA superstar earning a measly salary of an office worker. Or you get to live the dream of being an office worker and make 50 mil a year. Bro, honestly, like I always say, do what you want and follow your dreams, but I feel like that argument falls apart at certain levels of money. You know what I mean? Like, I am like cleaning gum off like the underside of desks for that type of money. Like I will stand out in the sun and wash people's cars, or like whatever the most difficult job, I'll dig graves, bro, for that kind of money. So I'm saying like I'm gonna have to give up on the NBA dream. I'll take all that money and I'll buy an NBA team or some shit. How about you?
Oh man, I flirted back and forth here. Both of our dreams was to be a professional sportsman at the start. So, this is a tough one. But like maybe if we scale down the pay, it might become more of a conversation, but I think I'm going to have to go with you, and I can't pass up $500 million to do anything. So, I'm going $500 million.
Oh, that kind of like, we're getting up there in the old age, the old years, and there might be some little ones coming along soon. Like, what would you on my end? But like. Nowadays, obviously looking at the NFL and like maybe other sports, even soccer, there's been more research into concussions in kids because of all the headers, right? Getting a soccer ball kicked at your head. And other sports have different risks, combat sports, fighting, boxing, all that kind of stuff. If you had a kid and obviously we shouldn't push our kids into a sport, but if they choose a sport, you help them, that whole argument, but whatever. If you had the choice, I won't
push them, bro. I won't push them.
If you had the choice of your child playing a sport based on health, earning potential, all that kind of stuff, what would you choose?
Wow, man. Okay. Maybe if I can put a little precursor in, it would depend on where they grow up, but I would probably say, bro, basketball.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I think I agree, man. Earning potential and just general health.
Yeah, it's a really interesting question. But like, say if they grew up in New Zealand, like Steven Adams has paved the way. When we grew up, there was no pathway. That's why we didn't make it to the NBA, or else we would already be there by now. But
well, all you got to do is be 7 foot tall.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Just grow. So I'm saying basketball. There's a pathway there. Surely, me being 6'3", he's going to have a little bit of height on him or her. And so, I'm going to say basketball for that one.
Yeah. I think that's the role, man. Because, I mean, as much as you'd like your kid to get into some other, like, more, like, even rugby and things like that, you got to even think twice, bro, before putting your kid into rugby these days, eh?
Unfortunately, man. Like this, the way the whole world is trending, you know what I mean? 2020, Me Too movement, all this sort of stuff. Anything that puts your kids at risk is going to be less popular. But I'd say basketball for that one, bro. It's a good question. I like it.
Yeah, well, let's keep things moving along, bro.
Yep.
I have somebody new on the roster that I've been blitzing on my Apple playlist music, bro.
Okay.
Do you know who Pop Smoke is?
Yep.
You do?
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke, bro. I listened to that album, man, and I've had it on repeat for the last week and a half. Like, bro, obviously 50 Cent helped. So Pop Smoke passed away, and 50 Cent helped executive produce the album and put it all together. And Pop Smoke sounds a lot like 50 Cent. He's like the modern day 50 Cent, and he was kind of getting mentored by 50. But bro, honestly, it kind of takes me back to the days when I first got introduced to hip hop through 50 Cent. And Pop Smoke's like just a more melodic version of 50 Cent. Like, what are your thoughts on Pop Smoke or the album?
The thing is, bro, like, I've downloaded the album, but I haven't actually listened to it in its entirety, and I hadn't listened to it too much, so I'm not in a place to comment. But I've heard that it absolutely slaps. It's unreal.
It's unreal,
Big
bro.
Fucks. And so, like, it's on my list to crack on with.
Bro, I stood behind Roddy Ricch real early. I'm standing behind Pop Smoke. Like, this is genuinely, I think, going to be my favorite album of the year. It's so sick.
Whoa, hold on. What was Bieber last year or this year?
This year, bro.
You going? Well, hang on. You were
this,
Bieber for 24/7 going to that bathroom over there.
Bro, this Pop Smoke, bro. It's you wanna fuck with the woo, bro. It's oh my god. It taps into it. The first half of the album's like more hip hoppy, and the second half's more R&B, bro. This thing, honestly,
we like that.
Listen to it this week and then let me know how you feel. But it kind of got me thinking. What, like, my we talked about hip hop a little bit last week, but as I said, my introduction to hip hop was 50 Cent, bro. Like, before that, I was listening to Teletubbies and, the Wiggles and High Five, and there was Backstreet Boys and stuff like that, and I was heavy into that. But bro, when Into Club came out and I saw this Diesel just hanging upside down, bro, in the club, and then we had P.I.M.P. and shit.
You know what he does.
Bro, then you but then you start seeing all these women in the videos, bro, and I just remember, like, bro, because P.I.M.P. had like an explicit version of the video, and like even D12 My Band, Eminem. Do you remember that song?
Bro.
My Band.
I need to know that. Oh, cause sing it. Yeah.
Bro, that had an explicit version. I must have been, I don't know, 7 years old, but when I saw those explicit videos, I said, "This is my life. I need this." Bro, what was your introduction to like music or like hip hop beyond what was pushed down your throat from the radio or TV or whatever?
Okay, well, other than push down my throat, well, like I was gonna say, Scribe is there. Scribe is definitely there. But obviously, being from New Zealand, that was probably always going to happen. Oh man, that's a good question. Like, obviously, Eminem was there.
Yep.
Like, I like Eminem. Like, I'm probably not the biggest or hugest Eminem fan out there, but like, he was one of the ones that kicked it off.
Yeah, definitely.
I think playing like NBA, so Snoop Dogg, because my first NBA game that I got was NBA Live 03. And that's how I got into basketball, kind of like really in the first place. And like Snoop Dogg was the main guy on that album of NBA Live 03. And so I heard him singing like, "Take it to the outside, take it to the inside." And I'm like, oh, what's this? And yeah. So I was like, yeah. So honestly, bro, I'd say Snoop Dogg and Eminem, they're both like high quality, and I respect them. I'm not the biggest fans of those two. I like them. I know other guys would love them. But those were the two I think that kicked it off for me in terms of hip hop. Yeah,
I feel you. Bro, I actually think like the way you get introduced to music is it does have a lasting impact, because you said like Snoop Dogg and Eminem, those are more like lyrically orientated people, and that's kind of what you're still into. And I got introduced through 50, which is more just like songs, like hit bangers and stuff like that, and that's kind of what I'm into. But yeah, man. I mean, Yeah.
Appreciate. I've actually got a question for you going off that. You mentioned you were going to give 90s a go. Have you managed to delve into 90s at all?
Bro, I actually wanted to dive into it, and then Pop Smoke came out, and the 90s just had to take a seat. They had to take a seat, bro.
Gotta wait another 10 years.
Bro, I gotta wait another 10 years, bro. The woo, I'm with the woo right now. Like, once, yeah, I'll let some of that music sprinkle in a little bit as I expand, but no, I'm sticking with the smoke for the now.
Ooh, all the smoke. Matt Barnes, Steven
Yeah,
Jackson.
bro.
Alright.
All the smoke. Well, I want to stay in the realm of entertainment.
Okay.
Do you know Shia LaBeouf?
Just do it.
Exactly.
Do it.
Manamans, right?
Even
I reckon, bro,
Stevens.
straight up, I reckon he's one of the best like young actors, like, and he's gonna continue to be. But he's got a movie coming out, and it's he's playing like he's like a collector for like a Mexican drug cartel. He goes around collecting and in the past he has been a very method actor, and he's like had teeth pulled out for a role, and gained weight and done a whole bunch of shit, right? But bro, for this role, and I'll slap it up on the screen, he got a full chest tat, bro.
Nah.
A full body chest tat, real, and like one of them says creep across his stomach.
Nah,
Bro.
surely we're not doing that.
Bro, what? That's insane. Because I don't even know how you're gonna laser all that off.
He probably got that half a billy. He got that half a billy probably.
Bro, well, I was gonna ask you. What? I know that you want to be in the world of entertainment. What would you do?
Yeah, boy.
Like, would you get a full like chest tat, or like if somebody's like, oh yo, you gotta be cast in this movie, but you gotta play a Boston Celtics fan, and like you gotta get a tattoo of the Boston Celtics. Like, what extent would you? Where's your cap in terms of getting cast in a movie?
Like, how much am I gonna demand for this?
No. As in, where's your limit? Like, what are you willing to do?
Oh shit, man! Holy. I'd probably get a tattoo. Like,
Yeah.
I'd probably get a tattoo, but like, not one that's blitzed across my chest. Like,
But for the
maybe
glory,
like
for
maybe
the
like a little
glory.
arm, like a little arm going on, little arm action.
Bro, would you do nudity for a movie role? I know that you've had some public nudity before. You told me about your initiation into the crickety.
Yeah. It was I've definitely been nude in public before. Sorry to mention all the people that don't know that about me, but
Hey.
I probably to be in a big Hollywood movie, bro. Probably,
Yeah.
bro. I'd go nude.
For the
Hang
art.
on. What about you here? Are you willing to get nude?
Oh yeah, well, for the art, mate. For the art. Come on now. Now,
You
well, I think for me it would have to be like the right role, bro. I don't know, like, because I'm not actually like as I don't want to be as much like in front of the camera, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if the
Yeah.
right thing came along, bro, I think I'd do anything. Like, to be honest, if the right part came along, I'm
so
here for it.
okay. Well, do you remember Lome Fa'atau, rugby player, old school back in New Zealand? He's a
know the
he was a
name, I know the
winger.
name.
Okay. Well, he had tattoos from neck down, covered.
Oh, someone. Yeah,
Would
yeah,
you
yeah.
do that?
You can't really laser all that off. That's gonna take a while.
It's gonna hurt.
If it's like this Martin Scorsese, I don't want it that bad. Nah. You know what? I don't want it that bad.
Yeah,
I was gonna
knew I'd
say-
done a limit. Come on.
Yeah, I was like, if it's the right role, the right movie, and it kicks off this career, and da 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 da. But I don't think I want it that bad, bro. I don't.
No, fair enough, bro.
Yeah. Especially
Yeah.
like if you can't choose the tats, because I mean the right tats maybe, but if you can't choose the tats, then I don't know what we're talking about, eh?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
So go for it.
Oh well, this one might be a little bit controversial, and you can decide on what you want to do with this part. But what happens if you had to be, a little bit up close and personal with another female as part of the role?
Female or male?
Female.
Oh, female. Bro, for the art. Come on.
Okay, yeah, fair enough too.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, bro, that's kind of like Did you have you seen all the updates of Will and Jada?
I saw like all these pop up. I'm not actually following it too closely, but I have seen everything pop up.
Bro, let's just say like Jada got into an entanglement, as she says. She got into an entanglement. But I'll give you a quick little upload. Like,
what's up?
So for everyone that doesn't know, August Alsina, a singer, came out. He's got an album coming out. He said, "Oh, I had a relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith, and there's been all these rumors that Will and Jada had an open relationship for all these years." And then the pressure came out for Will and Jada to make a comment, and so they came on Jada's show, Red Table Talks, bro, and they did a full like episode and talked openly about it. And that's where we see all these memes of Will sitting there like this. Like, yeah, bro. Like, so what actually happened is they broke up, bro, like 5 years ago, like full on broke up. And then Jada had a friendship with this singer who's 20 years her junior, and then ended up having as she likes to call it, an entanglement. And Will's like, entanglement? Like, what are you talking about, Jada? And then, but it ended up, she came out, she said she had a relationship with this guy, and then everyone's starting to try to like roast Will and roast Jada, and everyone's actually getting on Jada's back because I guess they don't understand that they were on a break, you know, Ross and Rachel. But bro, I pulling 50 back in. This whole week I was riding this wave of 50 Cent. I just finished reading his book, and like he produced Pop Smoke. I'm like, man, this guy can do no wrong. He had a legit like sick interview with Lil Wayne the other day. Bro, then he comes out and have you seen the DMs that he did with Will Smith?
Have not.
Bro, Will's my guy, so I got to stand behind him. Bro, he comes out to Will. I'll chuck it up on the screen. He's like, "Hey, yo, Will, everything good over there?" Will's like, "Yeah, everything's good, my brother." And he's like, "Man, why is she coming out on public saying all that stuff?" And Will goes, "Oh, you know, we broke up. She was doing her, I was doing me." And then, bro, 50 has to take it real left like he always does and says, "Oh, so is that why she's the only one that can give permission to get her back blown out?" And then, Will is just like, "Fuck you, 50." And then 50 Cent repost the whole shit like on Instagram.
What the? Why would you go there?
That's trolling too far, isn't it?
Are they good mates, Fiddy and Smith?
I don't think so. Because I mean, he didn't have his phone number, right? He had to hit him up on Instagram.
Yeah, that's shit, bro. That's shit from him.
That's too far, eh?
You can't be doing that, man. There's certain lines in life that you can't overstep, and he's definitely jumped over the line.
Bro,
in a big way.
In this interview with Lil Wayne, he fully exposed. You know how he used to be friends with Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
He fully exposed Floyd, bro. He said apparently like Floyd hated when Mike Tyson was the guy and like was making all the money and stuff. And when Mike Tyson had like a rape case in his career, Floyd was actually paying for one of the women's lawyers to like try and get Mike convicted. Like Floyd was on some petty.
What?
And
that's competitive.
And and then from there, apparently, like every time Mike watched a fight of Floyd's, he would like break his TV and shit. He told 50 because he was
what
hated.
Is that, man? Some of these guys out here, like, is it going to their head or what is it, man? Like, it's just,
I don't know, man. It's
money, too Mickey. It's too Mickey.
It's for the billies, bro. It's for the billies. Yeah,
bro. We're having a conversation.
But talking about acting like animals.
Well, you know, if we're going to go into the whole animal conversation here, Prashit, I want to ask you if you've seen some certain photography that I've seen over the past week. And I want to get the name right, so I'm going to look at my notes here. The golden crowned flying fox. Have you heard of this animal?
No, Batman. That's it, right? The bat?
That's the bat. Holy, let's dig into this for a little bit. So this thing is like, what, almost a human size.
Wingspan.
Bone structure. The wingspan, right? But the bone structure, the face is like almost a human face, but it's got this massive wingspan. It's just fully black. It's furry.
Bro, what are we talking about, eh? Like,
I wanna know your initial thoughts, and then I have a couple of questions for you on it. So, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, I've always said this. Like, I hate birds, right? We had a bird. We had some cockatiels, and like, when the female one passed away, the male one during like the mating season, it would just literally fly at you at your eyes, bro, and like it would come at you in slow motion. You just see its beak coming at you like a freaking dinosaur. And ever since then, I've been traumatized of birds. So just thinking of this human-sized bat that's gonna pick me up and take me away, like, what, bro? What are we on?
So one of my questions that I want to ask you is, you know, we're in Canada. It's good for hiking, right? So imagine me and you, you know, we're going on a hike, nice sunny day, summer's day, and this species, this thing, lands in front of you. I want to know exactly what your reaction is going to be. How are we going to approach the situation? If it lands in front of us and it's just staring at us, 5 meters ahead of us, what are we doing?
Okay, well, you've probably you got to stop first, right? You got to stop. You got to, you know.
Okay.
I don't want any trouble, you know? I got to let him know I don't want any trouble.
Hands up. Sorry, bro.
Then literally, bro, I am throwing anything that I have at it and I am just hoofing it. I am getting
You're going
out
aggressive?
of there. Bro, I'm getting out. No. I'm doing the bait and switch, bro. I'm chucking something. I'm getting the hell out of there. If I'm with somebody, I'm tripping them or pushing them over so they're the first victim, and I'm just full survival mode.
That's that flashbang in Call of Duty. That's that smoke.
Flashbang, yeah. Yeah, bro. What about you? What are you gonna do?
Oh well, you know me. I'm fucking running. I'm running out of there. That's the first thing I'm doing. I ain't doing anything. I ain't doing anything.
Oh, you have like I've always said I'd rather be stuck in a room with a medium-sized aggressive dog than like 10 rats. Because a dog, I feel like it's the speed that it moves and
it's
like...
one life form.
Yeah, you can control it. At the very least, you can grab it and wrestle it. Yeah, you might get bit up. But if you've got 10 aggressive rats in the room and they're just darting around, bro, what are you... Because, bro, they teleport. They're so quick, bro.
Yeah, I ain't having that. Like, it's almost... This is to a point, but... The smaller the things get, the almost a little bit more creepy it is because they just scuttle along very quickly and it's like, nah, don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me. I ain't having that.
Wait, I wonder if this like... No, I think you're totally right, actually, because if you think about like cows and horses and like big mammals and shit, even like... For some reason, a crocodile is like easier to look at than like a centipede. You know what I mean?
So true, bro. So true.
Bro, imagine a crocodile-sized centipede. Like, what are we doing?
Nah, so I like.
You know,
I think I'd. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna continuity. I would pass out. There we go. Continuity. Three episodes in a row.
I mean, I'm in like. I was sleeping the other day and a freaking spider falls like on my back and I can just feel something tickling my back. I'm like, what the hell is that? I turn the light on and like, I mean, the thing's this big. But of course, like, you freak the fuck out. And that just reminds me, like, I'm bringing up my older brother again. But, bro, because I live in the country, right? And sometimes we'd get, like, little mouse infestations. Bro, he had a little Stuart Little that made friends with him. Like, it would...
That ain't me.
Bro, it would sleep in his hair in the night.
Come on, bro.
Bro, what are you... And, like, I remember I moved to that room, after he moved out, and like sometimes you'd wake up and you literally just see it scurrying along the top of the curtains, bro.
Nah, that ain't me, man. That ain't me. I'm not having it.
Oh my god! And then I mean, he lives in Melbourne, bro. Some of the spiders and shit that he sends me.
Oh my god, we could get started on the whole Australian wildlife situation. Like, bro, you like you look at Sydney and you look at Melbourne, like amazing cities, but like. Literally because of the spiders, I'm like, I just don't want to move there. You know, shout out Luke and Jimmy, you know, for living over there. That's incredible from you boys. That's tough.
Brave effort, bro. I'd like I always say like I'd love to go camping. I'd love to do this. Yeah. But like, bro, if it was natural selection, right, and survival of the fittest or whatever, we're like as New Zealanders, bro, we're like zoo animals. Like, you know how like a zebra that grows up in the zoo has never had a predator chase it.
Right.
As humans from New Zealand, bro, we're conditioned to think it's okay to walk in tall grass and bare feet. Like, we think it's okay to just go camping in the middle of the bush because nothing's going to come kill us. Bro, I'm afraid to go camping in Canada, in freaking California, because you got rattlesnakes, you got poisonous spiders, you got bears, you got mountain lions. Like, bro, we're done. As Kiwis, but We are what our national bird is: a hopeless, flightless kiwi.
Hey, we're strong, bro. We got that mana. We're strong. But like, to your point, when I was living in Coquitlam in my first year here, living up in Burke Mountain, right up in the mountain, and so literally, bro, cougars, bears, and coyotes would live lower than the house I was living in with my cousin. They would live lower, and on occasions, those cougars would be walking in backyards. There was one time when I heard a story that a cougar was growling at a baby through the window of a house, and they had to actually call the police to come in.
Wait,
and
a
stun
cougar
the
or coyote?
A cougar, bro. A fucking cougar. And it was growling at the baby, and the baby was going, hey, because it was just like, it was a baby. And then,
come in, pretty kitty.
Yeah. And then they had to get the police to stun the cougar, bro, because like, yeah. So you're right. To your point, man. New Zealand is so different, like even to where we are now in Canada. So it's unbelievable.
Bro. Jesus, man. Sorry, go for it.
Going back to this golden crown flying fox bloke / creature.
Damn, that was a sidetrack, huh?
Yeah. It's actually, I think it's a vegetarian, bro. I think it's a vegan. You know, he belongs in Vancouver. My question now is, if it was a meat eater and it was known to snack on humans, how much more scary would this thing be?
Yeah, man. I mean, the thing is, like, it's terrifying because, bro, we're soft, man. Like, animals are like, I don't even know. The smallest animal that could kill a human is very small. Like, you know what I mean? And so to have a bat that size, Jesus. I mean, you know, there's like, bro, there's like eagles and shit that pick up baby deer, bro.
Baby deer?
Bro, if you look at it right now, like legit, I'm actually gonna look at it right now, right? The largest wingspan of a bird, like let's see, largest bird wingspan. Like when we went to you've been to Angel's Landing in Zion National Park, right?
In Utah, yep.
Yeah, when we were there, we saw a California condor, bro, and a California condor has like a 10-foot wingspan. The biggest in the world is a wandering albatross, large seagull, which is 12 feet, bro. We saw this California condor up close. It swooped over us. Bro, 10 feet. That's the floor to the NBA room. Just flying over you.
Nah, that's bro, that's like a prehistoric creature flying over you.
Well, bro, the closest thing to dinosaurs aren't reptiles. They're birds. Did you know that?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I knew that.
Like,
yeah, they've been... Well, if I can just sidetrack a little bit, because I remember reading a story like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and they said they're trying to clone dinosaurs through the use of chickens. Like that's the closest thing to a dinosaur they can find. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then there was rumors that like they came out, not rumors. Some studies are coming out like, were dinosaurs actually feathered, or like were the pterodactyls and shit feathered? But yeah, bro. I mean, these things are real life dinosaurs, straight up. Like you literally look at this thing and you're like, if it wanted to, it could maybe not pick me up as a full size human. Maybe it could, but it could grab me, tear up my shit, drop me off the cliff, and then just go eat me when I'm dead.
Oh, bro.
You know what I mean? Bro, we're pussy, bro.
Oh, man. I don't... If these things come at us, like, I'm not actually sure how you would, like, conquer that. We're not trained to bloody fight a bird. I reckon they would win.
Yeah. But, one outs.
Yeah.
Bro, just hook it in the face, see what happens.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. All good, bro. All good.
Well, I've got one more little topic left. What have you got?
Yeah, I've got another one up my sleeve here.
Go for it.
All right, so I want to bring it back to where I am and where you will be in another few weeks, back in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So everything's starting to open back up here in Canada. We're not as advanced as New Zealand in terms of the COVID recovery, but we're getting there. So nightclubs, Prishy, are going to open up back soon here in Vancouver, but there's a little condition. So if you're not in the same party or the same group of people, you still have to social distance within the club. Ooh. And so my question is, let's put ourselves into a hypothetical situation where we could get ourselves in trouble, but let's try to stay out of trouble. If we were both single and we had to still social distance in the club, would you or just say for your friends, if you had a single friend, like, would you want to go into the club but you have to be 6 feet away from everybody that's not in your party? What are you doing?
Oh boy.
Are you electing not to go in, or?
Bro, I mean, after quarantine as well, if you're single. Oh man, I mean, so wait, you'd be allowed to go into the club with your boys, but technically you're not allowed to interact with other groups.
You could interact, but you have to be social distance,
6 feet.
man. 2 meters, 6 feet.
With the music, so it's like one of these.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because you can't
show the
talk,
phone
right?
number. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Bro, I reckon that just defeats the purpose. Like, I know like Vegas is kind of reopened, but they're only doing like bottles. Like, you have to have a table.
Right.
There's no general admission. There's no people on the floor. I don't know. That's a reach, bro. Like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna even police that? You're gonna put because we went to the park and they have circles painted on the ground. So you have to be in each of the circles. Like, how are you gonna police that in a club, bro? Like, it's not gonna work. If I don't know, I think it's just a half-assed thing. Like, they should
surely. I'm saying surely that's like a precaution they're taking, and that's what they're saying. But surely, as soon as liquor, surely as soon as adult beverages are involved, social distancing will be minimized. Get that tera mana in you.
Yeah, that social distancing is gone, bro. Up in the club, like as 50 Cent says, we in there making love, so come give me it.
Ooh.
You know, like, bro, it ain't. Yeah, no, it ain't going down. Like, what is because bro, restaurants only have outdoor seating over here. What about you guys? Was it back at?
Yep. We can go indoor.
Yep.
And I've been for a couple of little indoor meals. Like, they still have like social distancing procedures there. Like, maybe that you can't sit table by table. They might miss a table, but
right.
We're in Canada. We're slowly getting there. So yeah,
Right,
it's looking on the upswing here.
Upswing. Okay. Well, that's good, eh? Like, well, I wanted to. Should we cap up the day with maybe the biggest story in the news right now? Bit of more of a solemn note, but have you seen the actress Naya Rivera? She's from Glee,
man.
Big Sean's ex.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, I think it's like honestly, bro, I haven't done the full reading of it, but it's in like a lake, like reservoir thing outside of LA. She rented a boat with her 4-year-old son, and all the conspiracy rumors are coming out. But what's been stated is that the boy said that they were swimming. He had a life jacket on. He's 4 years old, mind you. He got back on the boat. She didn't. Apparently, there's like whirlpools and shit in the water, and like they've been searching for like 2-3 days. Apparently, bodies resurface after like 3 days. But bro, I've been watching. I just finished. I'm so late, but I watched the Jeffrey Epstein documentary on Netflix, and then like his accomplice, what's her name, Ghislaine or something, Maxwell, just got arrested, bro. I've just been on this like conspiracy like wave thing. And, bro, they're saying that like she might have been either kidnapped or like it could be a faking of the death, because like where's the body? It's just too weird.
Wow.
Like they're saying, I haven't seen a video, but some shit came out like on the security camera in the parking lot. Like she went off camera, and then when she came back on camera, she like was wearing a different outfit or some shit. Like there's some body snatching thing going on. Like, because people are saying the same thing about Jeffrey Epstein, bro. They're like, oh, like they switched his body out. Like it ain't actually him. He's alive somewhere enjoying his money. But
wow,
bro, like I just feel like there's nothing that's beyond belief anymore.
Yeah, bro. Conspiracy theories, like, I'm a big conspiracy theory guy. We can delve into a few more on future episodes, but like I wasn't following this too closely, but I was following it. So, as soon as I heard the news, I went to look at her Instagram just to see what the recent activity is, because that's like where a lot of this conspiracy theory starts nowadays, right? And her most recent post, I don't actually know the caption. Maybe, we can go back and look at it, or you guys listening can go back and look at her recent post. But it was like a picture of her and her kid just smiling very nicely at the camera. And And I don't know, it just felt like a little bit suspicious. It was almost like a goodbye of some sorts. And then everybody was then commenting on the picture saying, "Hope you're okay. Hope like, oh, this is so sad. This was your last post." You know what I mean? So like, I'm happy to buy into conspiracy theories, but like, yeah, that was a little bit fishy to me, bro. So yeah.
Have you had any close calls in the water?
Like me myself.
Can you can swim, right? Can you swim?
I can swim, bro. But let me tell you though, actually, going on that, I can swim, but like we've been putting on a bit of weight by going to the gym, and I jumped into the lake over in Pender Island last weekend, and oh man, I could feel that weight in the water. I was sinking like a MF right there.
Real.
Yeah,
bro. I can. This is the way. If somebody asks me, "Can you swim?" I always say, "I can swim to survive." Like if I fell off a boat, I can swim back. I can swim a couple of laps of a pool, and then I get tired because my technique ain't great. I can tread water, but bro, I have had a few close calls, bro. Like I remember being on a school trip, and it was at the Wainara Hot Springs. I don't know if you remember the Wainara Hot Springs.
Nah, bro, I don't actually remember that.
I jumped in and I didn't realize I was too far on the deep end, so I was, and this is when like I couldn't even tread water, and I was expecting to hit the bottom, didn't hit the bottom, bro. I was just clawing at everything, and, bro. There was like I don't know, the girl I was probably like 12 or something, maybe something like that, 11. But I was just clawing at anyone around me, bro. I pulled some girl's thing down because I was literally just clawing for dear life. Bro,
anything to survive.
And then you come up, and then like if the lifeguards don't see you, then like everyone just goes about their business. So I was literally go come up, and then I just got to act all casual when I'm back up. You know what I mean? Just act like nothing happened. Yeah, man.
Bro, that was kind of like me at the lake that I just went to. Like, like it's a lake, so there is no bottom, and there is no like climbing down the ladder. You jump into the lake, and I did that. And I was like, oh my God, I can feel these extra 5 to 10 kgs here. And I'm, get to the top. And you get there, and then it's like you just grab the side, just like, I ain't going any further.
Yeah, I think I'm finna go for a swim in the next week as well, because it's getting hot over here. I think I've gained actually a bit more lard, bro. I'm a bit more of a fatty. So I think I might actually float a bit better than I'm used to.
Well, that makes two of us, so it didn't help me. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, well, should we cap it off for this week's episode, Floor 20? Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Devin, you want to take us out?
Yeah, man, it's another great episode. Happy to see you again, Prashit. Hope you're enjoying your time down there. And everybody back home, hope you're enjoying your time wherever you are. Appreciate it, guys. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm on a whole new level. I'm on a roll. You see how it goes. MVP and man so wavy. Champ like Brady. Boss like Jade.